This conference will now be recorded.
Yeah, thank you all again. Once again, thanks for attending the session. And I hope my voice is audible and my screen is visible. So I've shared my screen. So we are on the slide, a Google slide like Cypress automation. So if anybody is not able to see the slide or unable to hear me, just try to type it in the chat or in the WhatsApp group. Like in both places, we are active. So let's check it out and we'll start our session. Screen it not visible. So is it for everyone maybe? So I'm able to see it. Yeah, Prakash also gave a thumbs up. Thank you. So is it possible, Subhasis, can you rejoin maybe? Sometimes it might be an internet issue as well. So just for checking it, can you try to rejoin back? Okay. Okay, fine. So yeah, okay. She has confirmed it. Yeah, thank you. Okay, now visible. Yeah, yeah. Thanks for the confirmation. Okay, then. So let's try to start with the session. So hello all. So have a like say we are into like Cypress automation session this evening. So myself Arvind. So I'll be taking care of the session entirely from start to end. So this is a small introduction about myself actually. So yeah. Yeah, so myself, Arvind, so I have like 11 plus years. So I should edit it. I'm sorry about it. I have like say around like 13 years of experience as automation test engineer and have working on a variety of frameworks which includes like Selenium, Cucumber, TestNG, JUnit, Cypress, and quite recently the Playwright as well. And I worked with some of the clients who is well known throughout the industry like Verizon, Standard Chartered, and Emirates NBD, Binance, and quite recently UBS as well. So I've been part of the corporate training for around like close to 7 8 years now. So that is about a short about myself. So yep. So this is about myself. So I'll be taking care of this training, Cypress automation for you every day. So maybe let's get started. Yeah. So what is Cypress? Okay, so just to understand, like, say, how our group is about actually. So, may I know, like, say, is everyone, like, say, are into manual or doing something in automation or something like that? Maybe you can ping it in the chat so that will be really helpful to understand, like, say, which group I'm seeing into it. So, a small chat, like, say, whether you're into automation, if it is so, so what tool you're currently doing into, and if you're into manual, just type manual. So, but again, like if you have some knowledges on know about it, yeah. So can you have a quick chat maybe? Yep. So thank you. So versus automation 8 plus years, Selenium, Python, API test. Yeah, that's great. Okay, so that's great to hear. Thank you. So, an Ankit, beginner in manual testing. Yeah, okay. So it's the right platform for you to switch towards automation. Yeah, thank you. And yes, I'm into manual testing with little understanding on Selenium and core Java. Ah, okay, that's really great. Shravani, I am in manual testing. Okay, that's really great. And Kishore, Selenium 8 plus years. Okay, it's really nice to hear. And Preeti, manual and UFT. Okay, that's really great. Ah, okay. So still people use UFT in industry. Yeah, that's quite interesting to see. Yeah. And Prakash QA with functional testing. Okay, that's nice. Nice to hear. Okay, so maybe a couple of chats if someone wants to ping it. Just quickly we can ping in. Okay, and one more question to you guys. Like, have you tried in like any Java scriptings before, maybe for some type of projects or some type of things before? Kishore, no. Okay, that's good. No. Shivam, no. Okay. Himrat also no. Yes, I completed course in Udemy. Yeah, that's great. Yes. So Udemy course, yeah, that's really good one. Insightful. And Shravani, Preeti, Ankit, no. Okay. No, that's fine actually. So it's nothing much of a big difference it's going to make because as it is, you see, like uh, any programming language if you learn, so it's other things going to be similar as it is. So I see the group as little fresh actually, and also like some people are more into like automation with Selenium. So I think Selenium nowadays it's like has become like a manual testing, like everyone seems to know at least some bits and pieces, or at least they worked a lot into it actually. So it's good to hear actually. So thanks for all your feedbacks. So now moving into our thing, like moving in our thing, like say, so as usual, like Cypress. So Cypress is nothing but it's also a UI or a front-end automation tool. So where you can automate all the UI stuffs actually over here, and also like say. Uh, when I say like say front end automation, so here like say it's quite interesting actually. Why? Because Cypress has it automates the UI part, but it has its own native way of doing it actually. And also like it has a quite of more advantage when compared to Selenium when it comes to the waiting or asynchronous parts. So it is more of an asynchronous module than a synchronous module, and Cypress can automate only web application, and also sometimes it can replicate the behavior of mobile application as well. So how many of you have tried like say uh, opening something like Chrome, sorry, opening something like an screen resolution size of an iPhone inside Chrome? Do you guys know how to do it? Maybe some people have experienced it, or how is it? No ideas. Okay. So yes, yes, so Subhais, yes. So yeah, that's great to hear. So may I know like how you do in Chrome, Subhais, maybe? So maybe just you can unmute yourself. So let's be like a friendly conversation. It's not like only I need to speak. So you can also do it up. So maybe if you could explain like it will be really helpful. So how you can replicate the screen size in Chrome or Firefox or anywhere.
So we can go to the responsive mode in browser. We can do that. We can inspect element and go to inspect.
Yep, exactly over here. So if you see over here, there is a small toggle device toolbar, right? So if you click on this one, so you can change your screen resolution. That means the website that you have loaded into different resolution sizes, whichever is available over here. So pixel 7 means you can see it changes to the screen particular resolution. So this type of behaviors only like Cypress can replicate it on its own. So it can change the screen resolution and check a particular website on what size we require it about. Okay, so it's like a good feature actually. I would say, I wouldn't say it's not a mobile feature, but it's a pretty decent feature because some UI experiences we need to see from device to device how it performs, and from different ratio perspective, that means the dimension perspective, we need to check it up so that we can catch some bugs which is not up to the client request or requirement. So that's the reason like they have provided this one in Chrome. So not only in Chrome, so it's available in Firefox as well over here. So if you see it here, like say google.com. So if you see it over here, more tools, page source. Oh, sorry, no. Mm, mm, accessibility. Okay, it's here. Okay, yeah. So this is how it produces it. Okay, so it's not only in Chrome actually, but again, whichever landscape mode or something, and also you can change the screen resolutions also over here. So whichever you feel, you can change it out. So this is how you can do about. So it's not only a feature of Chrome, it's a Firefox as well. You can do it about. Okay. This is how it works. So why I told this particular criteria is like when you say like it's only a web application, but how a web application we can test it in a mobile or any screen resolution, we can straight away we can do it with the help of Cypress. So but I don't say like Cypress can handle mobile, because definitely a Cypress is not a mobile automation tool, it's only a web automation tool, but it can replicate the screen resolutions available to test our applications. So that is one uniqueness. And also you might have heard about API testings. So when there is an API testing available, so Cypress can do it in two different methodologies. So one is like the underlying traffic. So when I say the underlying traffic, like say for example, if you go to the networks tab over here, so we can see quite a lot of requests that are being passed over here. For example, just if I refresh it, I can clear it. I refresh it. You can see a lot of requests is getting passed over here. To monitor this request and response, right? For example, if I go over here, this is my API. That means an application protocol interface. And this has like say a 200 OK response. And it has a payload. Okay, as of now it doesn't have a payload, and response, no response. So okay, so to monitor this particular requests from the application itself, okay, Cypress is eligible to do it. And maybe people who know about Selenium, just a question. So is this feature available in Selenium? Maybe just to challenge you, nothing much actually. So is this feature available in Selenium? Ah, okay, Shivam. Yes. Okay, yeah. Thank you. So can you ping like say what function or interface we used to call it up? It's like if I could closely remember CDP. Can you abbreviate it if you don't mind? CDP? Yeah, Chrome Dev Protocol. Yes, exactly. Chrome Dev Protocol. Yes. That's the same one. Yes. We can use this one, but it is limited to sorry about that, but it is limited to Chrome if I believe and if I'm not wrong. So, but Cypress here, the same feature, it is available from the starting. I believe this Chrome Dev protocol is available only from Selenium 4x version, I think, if I'm not wrong. So correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, so Cypress has this from the day one actually. So basically, I believe like Selenium has some took some references from Cypress. So yeah, so just to tell like say Cypress is way ahead of Selenium when it was launched actually. So that's the main reason. But there is a small issue as well with Cypress. So what is the issue? So let's go into the PPT. So it has only like two types of coding languages, either a JavaScript or a TypeScript. So you cannot go beyond this one. But I accept like say Selenium and Playwright, which is also the one of the two major competitors when Cypress comes into picture. They have a lot of programming languages. Whatever you name it, it will be available. So they have that feature as well, but unfortunately for Cypress it was JavaScript and TypeScript. Okay, so any reason like did you just try to Google it out like why it supports only these two language by any chance? Maybe anyone from the our group? Because Node.js, yes, exactly. Subhas says yes, that's one of the reason. And one more main reason is like say, how many of you have heard about Angular and React JS? Yes, thank you. Thanks, Kishore, for the confirmation. Yes, so predominantly, your Cypress was built first for your Angular applications. So that is the main reason, like they support only JavaScript initially. But later on, they thought like, say, why don't we include TypeScript? Because TypeScript also used mostly by your Angular actually. So that is the reason. But when you take the programming languages, JavaScript was TypeScript. So what is the difference? So there is no major difference, I would say. There is some syntax differences, and if you know either one of the language, definitely you should be able to pick it up for the other language. So, but here, like in our session, we'll be teaching only the JavaScript. So I'm not quite that much familiar with TypeScript. I know TypeScript, but I'm not a pro, I would say. So that is one thing. Yeah. So basically, if you see the history of it, our Cypress was built for JavaScript. J- yeah. Uh, yes. Sorry about it. For Cypress, it was based upon Angular and React, so that's the reason. Like it supports JavaScript, so no particular reason apart from that. But maybe in the future it might support, but I don't believe they will extend it because now JavaScript has become a more popular language than Java. So first in the hierarchy is the Python, and then after Python JavaScript, and after JavaScript it comes to like Java, C Sharp, and it goes on. Okay, so and what type of release version we'll be learning in Cypress? It'll be the latest 13.x.x, and so you can get a glimpse of it, of the features before we jump into it. Maybe just go to Google and type Cypress doc. Maybe let me show you Cypress release note. Yeah. So this would be change log, yeah. So this is the technical word. So this is the version that we'll be checking into it. So I'll ping it over here and as well as in our WhatsApp group as well, so that whoever wants to just open it and see it, we can just have a look at it. And this is the version we'll be using it, and it has a quite a lot of version. And I would say like 13 is one of the biggest version they have released so far. Like it has a lot of features and good enhancements and good way of handling things available, and some performance improvements. Everything is available over here, so it's quite a good version, I would say, a 13 version. So that is the version we would be checking into it. So that is about the Cypress. Okay, so what it is and what type of application it deals about and other things. And next major thing, like whether it's an open source or the commercial tool, so Cypress is an open source. Okay, but there are some features which is available only for a Cypress cloud actually. But when I say like say Cypress cloud, it has its own cloud features available, but some people will use the cloud and some people will not favor to use the cloud. So we'll also see some features which are associated with the cloud. So I will show you like how to log into the cloud machine and how to run the case as well, so to how to get the project id of it and so and so. So there are some features we'll be exploring it on the cloud part as well, so don't worry about it. And again, like it is not advisable for every company to use a Cypress cloud actually, because of the security and vulnerability issues that everything is going on. So I wouldn't say it is much secured, but it is decently secured enough. Yeah, so that's what I would say it about. But again, like say I have not seen any particular organization using a Cypress cloud, so to be really frank, but still we'll be seeing a couple of features which you can use it for your day-to-day activities. Yeah, so we'll be seeing a couple of features, don't worry about it. Yeah, so any questions till now so far, like? Okay, so Shivam said no. Thank you. Thanks so much.
So, I mean, Cypress can completely replace the REST assured thing. Can we do all kind of API testing with Cypress?
Yeah, definitely it can do. So it is par equal to rest assured as well. Yes. So all the maybe in our session we might not see about the things related to the SSO and things actually, because we don't have any demo sites with SSO and some bearer tokens, but it is par equal to rest assured and more simpler when compared to rest assured. So you don't need to have memorize all the commands or something, because in rest assured the two main things will be the request specification and the response. So these two things will collaborate and do all the things, but here it is combinedly given into one, that is request, that's it. So response will be building up at the later once it is getting it up. So I would say it is it may not overtake rest assured, because rest assured has been in industry for quite some time, but it is par equal to it.
Okay,
All the SSOs, all type of authentication, everything it can do. So there shouldn't be any issues actually. Yeah. So even in my company, like I worked in Binance, like they use Cypress. So they were using Rest Assured for Selenium to check it up, but they were moving towards the Cypress framework. Okay. So obviously Chinese guys are more, I would say, like they're more dynamic than us actually, to be really frank. So if they do something, obviously they benefit from it. So definitely it is par equal. So as far as I know, yeah. So rest assured can sorry, the Cypress API can definitely replace rest assured in the coming years actually to come. Yeah. So that's about to answer you. So I forgot the name who posted the
yeah,
question, but
thank you,
yeah,
thank you.
yeah, yeah. Thank you. Okay. So as you might have seen, like they posted in the group, this is our syllabus actually. So I will just walk you through our syllabus, and you can tell me your pros and cons and your expectations for the session, and so we can have it, since it's only an introductory and demo session. So I would like to show you some scripts, how to run it and things, so that we can take it forward from that. Yeah. So and those who I see the crowd is mostly related to the Java. So please don't worry about it. JavaScript is very easy, so it's not that tough, I would say, and it's not that easy also, I would say. So just a little practice would be required. So how you attended the interview for Selenium, the same way Cypress would be available. So there would be some JavaScript questions, so you need to answer it up. So and then only you'll be forwarded to the next level of Cypress questions. So that is how basically it goes about. So as you are into automation, few people, like, you know how the interview process goes about testing your logical sense with the help of a programming language. So over here the programming language that we deal about is JavaScript. So and those who don't know any programming language or little programming language, so this would be really great, I would say actually, because learning something latest technology is always better than learning something on a legacy basis, because when it's on a legacy basis, basically there are some old features, new features, everything available, but here everything is completely new to you. So I would say this will be a better thumbs up for you to learn a better programming language than an existing one. So and JavaScript is a way long has become, it has been grown a way better actually than the expected ones. So this would be a really great opportunity for you also to learn the latest technologies. And JavaScript, if you are more interested, like maybe I'm not sure Isha has one, so you can go ahead with the Angular or something, because it's also quite interesting from the development perspective. So that we'll be learning about it, and about the Cypress test run commands. So we'll be teaching you like how to set up a thing from your scratch, actually, the Cypress automation tool, and what are the locator strategies involved. So that is the main thing. So how many of you maybe are good at like locators, maybe XPath and CSS selectors? So are you like, how would you rate yourself? Maybe you can ping it in the chat actually. So it will be helpful for me. So nothing much towards it. Like it's all like say a learning, everyday learning actually. So all things, even I learn every day some new things. So it's good to hear from you as well. Like how good are you in XPath and CSS selectors? Or if you use some tool to generate the XPath and CSS selectors also, like please put it on the chat. So it will also be a little helpful. So a quick chat, maybe 1 or 2 seconds. I need some help on those topics. Yeah, definitely we are there for you, so no problem. Yeah, Tushi. Yeah, we have some very good documentation and very good explanation sessions. So don't worry about it. One class will be helpful. Yeah, definitely we have like 2 3 sessions for locators alone. Don't worry, because it's like we need the in-depth concept, then it makes our life much more easier. Yes, good in locator identification. Use a selector hub. Yeah, I predicted it. Selector hub. Yeah, yeah. So one question to you, Subhas, is maybe selector hub is allowed in your organization by any chance?
Yes, yes.
Ah, okay. So may I know like which organization you work for?
I'm working for Tata Unistore.
Ah, okay. Tata Investors. Okay, that's great to hear. Because I've never like so far I've been teaching and into many organization, so nobody allowed me to use the selectors hub in organization. So that's the reason I was very curious to check up on the organization. Yeah, that's good to
Yeah,
hear.
actually it was earlier blocked, then I requested my IT team, so they
Mm.
unblocked it.
Ah, okay, that's great. That's great. Yeah, that's great. Yes, that's good to hear because the selector hub, I think that person like he's put in a lot of efforts. Actually, I've been seeing him from day one. Yeah, it's been good to hear. Yeah. Okay, yeah. Thanks for the comments. Yeah, so this is the reason actually, like some organization do not allow the plugins to be installed on Chrome or Firefox or anywhere. So that's the reason we need to learn ourselves or prepare ourselves to derive all the locators which we require it up. Even though like it consumes a little bit time, so to derive our own locators, like it is again a pretty good experience, I would say. And using of if it is allowed, using of selector hub or any other plugin if it is allowed, so that will be really great actually. So that's also a little helpful tool, I would say. Like but always I trust in deriving the locators actually, so even though it consumes the time. So yeah, so nothing different in views, but I consider in deriving it. Yeah, but if you're using a plugin, that's really great. A thumbs up. So your time is saved, I would say. Yeah. So that's good to hear. So that's what like we need to have a perfect locator strategy, and we'll be having a couple of couple of session for XPaths and CSS selectors. So usually what we do is like I maintain a GitHub repo. So inside this repository, like you can see a Cypress doc is available. So we put all the documentation here, like whichever is updated inside over here, and you can just use it whenever you require it up. So it's still your lifetime. So there is no nothing till I don't change my repo, it will stick onto it. And this has been quite active. You can see it for past 3 days. Also, I've updated it up, and this has been quite available for some time. And here you can see the XPaths available, what we have derived so far, and it keeps on going. And this is the CSS selectors, so how to derive it up, so everything is available. So these documentation would be quite useful, and also will be helping you to derive and uh, be a standalone star and how to derive your locators, because like locators, like if you have used automation, you might know like it is one of the key things actually. If you don't have the right locators, definitely your life would have been very miserable. Yeah. So Cypress also provide identification option. Yes, Cypress provides identification option. Its own native inbuilt option is available. So I'll show it to you. Don't worry. So I have posted some feature to run at the end of the session, maybe last 10-15 minutes. So I'll show you that feature. So it's a very good feature. So that's why I asked, like, say, whether you use a plugin, because Cypress already has some plugins. But there is a catch on the plugin. Okay. So what is the catch? I'll tell you in the sessions. Okay. But so yes, that is to answer you, Subhasis. Yeah. Okay, so
Thank you.
we maintain this. Yeah, yeah, thank you. So we maintain this as a GitHub repo. So maybe I'll put it in the group. Maybe one you can try to access it up if you're able to access it. Let me know if you're not able to access it also. Let me know. So maybe I'll check what is the issue of it. Yeah. So this is about the documentation. Day wise, everything will be available. Even the PPT now we are seeing, it will be available over there. Yes. So moving on to the next slide. So this is about the competitors. So whenever there is some person coming in an industry, always there'll be an existing person and a new person also coming to it. So that is what this table is allowing us to tell us. So already the existing person was Selenium. So to compete with them, it came the Cypress, and to compare with the Cypress, they have the Playwright. Yeah. So these are the three major tools I can see in industry, which how they are moving towards it. So either of these three tools, they'll be using it up, and this is how it will be working. Yeah. So when you compare all these three tools, you can see, like, say, Cypress, everything is an open source tool. So I didn't compare the cloud because Selenium doesn't have a cloud version of it. So just to be the abstract version, so everything is an open source tool. And the languages supported: Cypress supports JavaScript, TypeScript. Playwright supports TypeScript, JavaScript, Python, .NET, Java. It is similar to that of Selenium actually from the programming language perspective, but most people, Playwright is comfortable in using play like, say, JavaScript and then Java as well. And from the editor perspective, Cypress makes use of VS Code. Playwright uses VS Code IntelliJ, Selenium uses Eclipse IntelliJ, so they are differentiated over there. And installation process, Cypress and Playwright makes use of Node.js or NPM. Selenium uses a standalone server to use it up. And the framework front, like, say, all the three things you makes use of the page object model. So that's one common thing I've seen actually. And also, like, Cypress as a native runner, which is built upon Mocha and Chai actually. So these two are the frameworks which existed when there was a framework called Protractor and Jasmine available. Okay, so Cypress is going to be something like an extension of those two items. And also, like, say, Playwright, it has like just Jasmine, Mocha, VI test, all these things available. And Selenium, as you can see, it's like a WebDriver standalone server. TestNG, JUnit, N units are available. Okay. And also you can see the browser support. We have the all the browsers. So Cypress has a native browser called Electron. Okay, so it is similar in feature, or it is derived from Chrome, and every latest browser is supported for all the three things. Okay, so only disadvantage I would see is, like, say, the languages that is being used. So apart from it, each are competitive. And also, like, in Selenium also, like, whatever we require, everything is available as a package. Okay, so you need to add that library file and use the library file. So similar thing for your Playwright. So whatever is npm, you can add it and you can use it up. Okay, so this is about the comparison. Actually, I would tell, or I would say, like, everything is more or less the same in comparison. Okay, so nothing big to complain about. But how do you choose the tool? Okay, so again, it depends upon the company, it depends upon the requirement, and also it depends upon the framework, architectural framework. So, what I have seen in my experience is like whoever uses an Angular or React, so they previously used Selenium with WebDriver IO, and now they are moving towards either a Cypress or a Playwright. Again, between Cyprus and a playwright. So who is going to be the winner? So absolutely there is zero winner on that because the idea is split up into individuals. So because playwright is done by Microsoft, so whoever is using an Azure cloud will blindly load towards your playwright because they have a plugin support and everything available. So that's the reason actually. Okay. So this is how the industry is divided into it. But right now, these three tools are like say ruling the automation uh, at a very fast pace. Actually, I would say. So they are racing against each other. So who is going to be the biggest competitor? Yeah. And the installation part of Cypress, it's going to be quite simple. I would say maybe. Let me quickly show it to you actually. So all we'll be seeing this in our regular sessions as well, but since it's a demo session, I just wanted you to show, like, let me create a folder over here. So I use a MacBook. Okay, so coming to this point, Cypress first session demo. So how many of you use MacBook and Windows? Okay, so what is the difference between Cypress IO and Cypress? So both are the same actually. So just they're represented by different names. So nothing big actually. Okay, so Windows, Aparna. So okay, Windows. Okay, major. Okay, maybe I'll put the question like this: does anyone use a Mac or something? Oh, okay. Yes, I have one partner. Yeah. Oh, Harshad as well. Yeah, thank you. Okay, no problem. Like to install it, like I can show it to you in both actually. So I have a Windows machine as well. I can show it on both, so no problem. Yeah, Mac. Yeah, thank you. So there is one more question by Sivam. What is Mocha and why I use in Cypress? Yeah, so Mocha is kind of an assertion. So they have some keywords actually, and Cypress is built on top of the Mocha actually. Mocha and Chai. CHAI chai. So these are kind of an assertions available. So on these things only, like all the JavaScripts will be working, most of the JavaScripts. So that is the reason like Cypress will have a layer on top of it in which is built, which is nothing but your Mocha. So Mocha is like a framework actually. I would say it like an assertion framework. So how you have in testing your JUnit assert dot assert true, assert false, assert equals. So some type of assertions will be available in Mocha, and that Mocha assertion will be used as a one of the building pillars of Cypress. So that's the reason a Mocha is used inside a Cypress, and most probably they're linked towards each other by JavaScript. So that's the reason to answer you. Yeah, so to the Windows or the Mac, so no problem. So I can show it to you on the both setup, but there is no big setup difference. I would say it's quite easy one actually. So if you see the setup part of it, the first things first, you need to go to Google and type in Node.js download. I would say like say Node.js download. So it has a Node.js part over here. So let me ping you these things actually over here, and also in the WhatsApp group as well. Okay, So this is how it is about. So you need to download this one, as you can see it for Windows and Mac and even for Linux. If some people, maybe some security testers or security developers are available, you can even use it inside your Linux box as well. Okay, it's a quite simple installation. So we'll also have a documentation over here. So just to go through it, but I'll show it to you in detail once we jump into the session. So that would be a more appropriate way. And also now jumping to the installation part, so you need to have the node.js, install it up, and then you need to create a folder wherever it is required, and you need to go to your Visual Studio Code. Okay, so and open the folder that you have created, and there is an option of terminal available, terminal, new terminal. So over here you can put all these commands. Actually, these are the initialization. npm init is nothing but node package manager initialization, and it will ask for some details. So you can give it test project, don't give like space over here, it will not accept. It should be a continuous name, version 1 of this project, and description can be something test project or something. And just to observe, like it is empty over here. So once we create something over here, so let it other things be default, and author you can provide your name actually, and license nothing. So you can create yes. Now you can see a package.json will be created once it is done. And you need to install this one as well over here. Okay. So this will be an installation, will be a very quick one, so it doesn't take more time. It will be less than 3 to 4 minutes, not beyond that, I would say. As you can see it, it's almost done actually. So anyhow, these steps again we'll be checking it out, but I'm just showing it to you. And also the last step will be the installation of yarn. So yarn and npm both are more or less same. So yarn was developed by Facebook for their react based application, and npm was developed by angular based applications. Okay, that is the only difference, but what they do is the same. Okay, so and we have a command called npx cypress open command, where now only the Cypress will open it for you. So this is a kind of a dashboard for Cypress, and this is a version of Cypress we are using, and whether to go to an end-to-end or component based. So we are testers, so we'll be going to the end-to-end. So when you go to the component, it's for the developers together. Okay, so we'll just go back, go to end to end. So these are the modules available. So as and when you see, like I click it, those modules are getting created. So we'll see the in-depth of this module in the later sessions. We'll click on continue, and you can see a Chrome browser is available. So I have a Firefox, but it's not like, say, I didn't put it inside the core part of Mac, that's why it's not detecting. So I can move it up, but these are the core parts available, Chrome and Edge. So I can do a start testing. You can see it will basically work upon a spec file. Okay, this is a major thing. Without this stuff, nothing will be working. Okay, so I'll just create it up. Okay, sorry about it. Is there any questions so far? Good question. Why are we using -g? Yeah, yeah, -g is nothing but it's applicable when you install a particular package globally throughout your machine. We can use it up. If you don't want to install it globally, just ignore the G, it should work fine. Yeah. Okay, so that's to answer you. Yeah. Okay, so now you can see there are some test case being run. So apologize, my machine is a bit slow. So let me stop and restart. Yeah, there's a sample example website for Cypress open. That's it. So you can see how quick it is about. So it doesn't have a delay. And also, like, say if you want to modify something, so I'm just going over here, going to end to end. So cy dot visit. So I want to replace it with www.google.com. Save it. So you can see I don't need to restart. It will automatically open for me. So that is one of the very good features in Cypress, which Selenium still now they don't have it up. You cannot pause and start in between, or you cannot modify the script and you can run in between. So that is totally not feasible. Okay. So this is how it works. Okay. So you don't need to restart or do anything. Maybe today my machine is a bit slow, I think. So that's the reason. Okay, so this is how a Cypress will be working, the installation part of it. And this is how the interaction happens, the architecture of it. So it works on behind the Node.js, the Cypress, and the browser we have it up. So Cypress sends a proxy. So that's where in happening over here actually. So this native browser helps in to do it up. So it begins with a proxy WebSocket, and the proxy server sends a request and the response is given back. Yeah. Okay. So this is how it works. A small working demo. Okay. But we'll see the in-depth detail of it as well. And what a Cypress can do. So it can handle anything: a text box, checkbox, radio button, tables validation, drop down, window handling. I would say window tab handling. Yes, it's possible. But new window handling, not possible. So this is also one of the shortcomings actually, I would tell. But we have a justification for it. I'll tell it once we are into that particular topic. And we have some alerts and pop-ups scrolling within the page, iframe, file upload, download. So anything you can do it about. And these are the assertions. Okay, should and expect, and this is how it will be looking like. cy.get the particular item and should be empty and be hidden. Okay, these are the types of assertions that we give it up. And if you want to print the logs in the sense, whenever I have it like system.out.println, I used to give it inside my Java. But the same way, how to do it over here, it will be like cy.log. So that would be available. Okay. So, and also like terminologies, like these are the terminologies that we have seen out here. Like we have a package JSON, package log JSON, Cypress config JSON. So these are the things which you need to be more familiar with. So I would suggest you try to create a project and run a project. You will become more familiarized actually. So package.json is nothing but whatever the package you are going to install. Okay, so that maybe I would say like all the dependencies apart from Cypress you are going to install, it will be coming and sitting over here. And Cypress dependencies, as you can see it, it will be packaged log JSON. There is a lot of Cypress dependencies available over here, so that will be used over here. And config.js is also one of the key features. Without this, it will not identify your spec files, which ends with an extension cy.js. So this only makes us, like say, when you go to the specs, right? This only makes us to identify like this is a cy.js file that needs to be run. So without, if you screw this up, so obviously it will be screwed up. It will not be able to run it. Okay, so what is the difference in extension cy.js and only JS when it is recommended to use cy.js? So cy.js is the exact test case that is going to run, and JS is nothing but a JavaScript file. So JavaScript file can be used to write it as a POM model, and you can use it inside a cy.js. And when compared to, when considering the Cypress, cy.js is the only extension that we need to use in order to run our test cases. Okay, so it detects only the cy.js file. Yeah, that's to answer you. And Kishore, advantage of using Cypress over Selenium? Yeah, the latest technologies, Angular and React. So that works very easy inside a Cypress application. And whenever there is a single page application, that means you don't need to open a new tab, sorry, new window. So your Cypress is a very easy one. Minimal coding and maximum validation is possible. So that's to answer you, Kishore. Yeah. So cy.js, that's the only file actually. So through this file only we run it up. So as you can see it, if whoever has seen the protractor or Jasmine, like it is similar to that actually. You have a describe, you have a it. So describe is the test scenario, it is the test case. So whenever I run it, so it detects only the cy.js. Even I can have one more cy.js, like say I can copy this, I can paste it. But just I need to rename it up over here. So let me put it some website, maybe Bing, Bing web test. Okay, and let me rename this as your Google web test. Okay, so Bing web test, let me put it as a Bing. Okay, so let me close this and start it again. So when it starts, you can see it will land up on this page. So you can run either of these two things. Yeah, it should work fine. Yeah, go back to the spec and the Google, it will work. So cy.js is the only extension that the Cypress will be looking forward when it runs your Cypress automation. So, and JS file is the underlying coding or anything you can keep it and you can invoke it inside a cy.js. That's the abstract difference. How much jobs does Cypress have as compared to Selenium? So, okay, so when it comes to the job perspective, like nowadays, like a lot of European countries and a lot of American countries are preferring towards the Cypress. It is divided into regions, and I see a lot of market is open available in India as well. Okay, specifically in Chennai location, I come across a lot of openings, and currently I reside in a place called Qatar, Doha. So here also there is a quite good opening, good number of opening for Cyprus, JavaScript, and the Gulf region as well, the Dubai and Abu Dhabi places, and Saudi region as well. So there are a lot of people adapting towards Cyprus nowadays. And even I attended an interview in Dubai, like which had like Cyprus. Okay. So Selenium now it has been a legacy. I think most probably they'll move it move it to a legacy, and Cypress and Playwrights gives the way for it actually. So that is how it works. You have an ample of opportunity for Cypress, and if you're very good at JavaScript, obviously, like I would say, like you're on the top. Yeah, not only with Cypress, but with Playwright or something. If you're good at JavaScript, like that's it. Yeah, definitely there is ample openings. Okay, so back to the slides. These are the terminologies. And yes, to the Q&A now part of it. So this is about the introductory session, how you start off with your Cypress actually. Yeah, so what are the do's and don'ts and what are the main files available and stuffs. So we can discuss any questions over here which has happened for the past 50 or 55 minutes or so, and any question for the class and schedules you can contact the Isha group, Mr. Kumar, for queries actually for classes and schedules related stuffs, and also for the fee. So because I'm not aware of it, so anything that you want to check about, we can check in now. Feel free to ask any type of questions, no problem. Yeah. So I hope I have answered all your questions. Maybe Kishore, Harshad, Subhas, yes. Yeah. So now the forum is to you. Yeah. So you can put forth any questions that you have looking forward and what's your expectation and stuffs going forward. Yeah.
So how much time exactly it would take to complete this course, complete course?
It takes around like say the previous batch we have put around like 30 hours. I believe it if I'm not wrong. So let me have a look at the Cypress course over here at the top. So 30, yeah, 30 hours we have put it, but I can show you the real time. Like this is the previous batch which is ongoing actually. So still one half an hour session is pending. So let me copy this link and show you the session because even I'm not sure. I don't keep that much track actually. So apologize for it. Yeah, as you can see, we have a quite a number of videos, 33. So I would say approximately like 35 sessions it comes into it. Yeah, it's maybe uh, 5 days in a week, 1 hour per day. So it comes down to maybe one more session is still there for them. So it approximately to 34, 35, yeah, hours. Yes.
Okay. And will you be covering the Docker thing, Cypress with Docker?
Yes. Cypress with Docker, there is one command available. So how to run it on a Docker environment, we'll be covering. We'll be running it on a Jenkins environment as well. So both the things set up, run, and also the GitHub, how to check in the code. And if time permits, we can see the GitLab as well, actually. So it's not in the syllabus, but that's one more thing coming up, actually. So we can see if time permits, GitLab as well.
Okay. And
So, mm.
how the support would be? We have some
Sorry,
query we have to till
your voice
let's say
broke out.
we
Can you come
hello.
again? Sorry, your voice broke out.
Yeah.
Hello, hello. Sorry, Subhasis, your voice broke out. I'm unable to hear. Okay,
Okay,
so
there was some network glitch. Am I now audible?
uh, yes, now it's audible. Yes.
Okay. So, I mean, what I was asking, I forgot. Uh, no, I forget the question. Uh,
No issues. Yeah. So to answer, there's a couple of questions in the chat. Aparna Kulkarni, if I'm not wrong, yes, you'll be getting the recordings once you've enrolled it. Yes, definitely. And to see what application we are going to use for practice, there's a couple of websites actually. So there is one browser stack website, on Lambda test website. So and also some feature websites are splitted it up, Amazon.com and stuff. So everything is there. Yeah. So we'll be checking all those things. So browser stack, I had that website. Where is it? Yeah, stack demo is available. So this website, how to sign in and place an order, we'll be having it up. And sometimes we use Amazon.com. So why we use an Amazon.com is like say the mouse over actions. Okay, so all these things, it's splitted it up. For any queries, if I don't have any previous knowledge, then it's possible to cover codes in 30 hours. Yes, definitely, Shiva. We can cover it up because it's a more elaborative session. So the 30 hours should be very well sufficient. And as you saw it, I showed you like it doesn't exactly accommodate in 30 hours. So obviously, like plus or minus 5 hours, I would say. Yeah, not minus, plus 5 hours. 35 hours to 40 hours, I would say. And not, yeah. And Subha says for queries, how would be the support? Yeah, we either you can ask it on the session or there is a Saturday actually. So Saturday morning times we can connect it and we can clarify your doubts. If not on the same day or the same sessions, if you're not able to do Saturday, we can connect it and we can do it about. Yeah, that's about it. Yeah, okay then. Yeah, thank you all. I would say like your past like say 4 minutes. So don't want to make you wait for a long time. So happy to see you all and have a great evening and hope to meet you all again tomorrow. Yeah. Uh, okay, that will be helpful as it's office hours for me. Yeah, sure. It will be shared. Yeah. Okay, so thank you all. So hope to see you tomorrow as well. Yeah. Thanks for attending the session and have a great evening. Yeah. Course which supposes from start tomorrow actually. So today was a demo session and they'll make it public for quite some time, maybe 2 to 3 days, and after that it will made as a separate group sessions. Yeah, group session in that sense. Whoever has paid for the group, they'll be having it as a session. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Thank you. Thanks all. So
Thank
hope to see you all tomorrow. Yeah. Have a great evening.
Thank you, sir.